T. This video is going to be for you on Volskaya. We're going to do attack first. I'm going to have you on the soldier.
We're all soldiers.
I'm going to have gems on the Sombra. You guys can switch up your roles if you feel like you want to play Sombra, and gems can be Hitscan. So just, I'll leave it up to you guys. So, first things first, we always come this side. This is the best side to come on. No one goes over there anymore. It's just, enemy team's always set up right here. They can see you right as you turn that corner. Bam, you're dead. Over here, there's almost always no one on this side. If it is, it's usually like a Roadhog, maybe a Symmetra, sometimes a Junkrat. But either way, it's not too many people on this side, ever. So, once we round this corner, I'm going to have Winston check up here for any surprises. D.Va is going to be checking up here. Winston and Sombra are going to be checking up here. So if you're playing Sombra, check up there. D.Va is checking over here, checking for Torb turrets. And once everyone's good to go, we just sprint over here. If there's a Junk, Sim, Hog over here, I might need you to drop a heal pack. Just for extra healing. We'll have a Mercy, but just to give us the extra healing right here if we get in trouble right here. If not, if it goes smooth, we get in here. Sombra should be probably touching point right around the time we start making our move too. So that'll be a distraction for us. So once they hear the ticker going off for the point, that's kind of when we can make our move. If there's any stragglers right here, I'm gonna have our tanks, like if there's a Junkrat or a Symmetra that didn't fall back, or a Reinhardt or whatever that didn't fall back. Maybe spend a few seconds helping out on that. Our tank should be able to get under control, but if you want to fire a few shots, that's fine too. But basically our holding point is going to be up here. This is where we want to hold for our attack position. I'm going to have you kind of running, back and forth between over here, kind of over here. Just help us spam damage at the point, basically. Back it up if you need to. The high ground gives us a lot of cover to kind of go back and forth between. So you're going to have Mercy and Zenyatta with you up here. So if you get dove on by a D.Va or a Winston, it shouldn't be that hard for all three of you guys to fend off any divers. Basically just help out on point. I would, if you get your attack visor, this one I would probably try to save it unless we really need it. I'm telling Sombra the same thing, to save her EMP for next point unless we really need it. So, yeah, just if there's anybody in the high ground over here, I'm gonna probably have one of our tanks dive that. I mean, you can obviously help out, but I'm really gonna leave that to our tanks to dive anybody up here. Just try and focus point. If they're not on point, which they probably will be, but if they're up here, then just do the best you can. Okay, so yeah, if all goes well, we should, ideally get a first point hold there. Or first point, like, quick capture. But if it fails, we just do the same thing next time. Come out of spawn, right here. And typically, after a good first push, team's not really playing choke anymore. They're probably playing point. But if they're, playing where we were playing last time, we just basically whatever they give us, we take. So if they're playing up here, if they stop us the first time and they're playing up there, we end up going this side instead. Ideally, we want this side because that side has a better view of the point. I mean, you do have a somewhat of a decent view here, but you're kind of limited with these things in the way. Same thing up here. Like you do have a good view of the points, but you're also somewhat limited. You can't see under you. You can be flanked a lot easier from this side. This side is where we always want to try to be. We can get flanked here too, but it should be a little bit easier to see. Basically, 'cause there's only one choice for them. Unless it's a Genji, he can maybe jump up from here, but basically here you just have a better view of everything. If you're spamming from right here, you can pretty much see this window without having your back completely turned to it. Whereas over here, you kind of have to have your back completely turned to these two doors, and even this back staircase right here. So it's a little bit risky, a little bit riskier to be over here. So okay, so yeah, basically same strategy until we capture point. Once we do, I'm gonna have you come up here on the pads. No, I failed. Okay. I'm gonna have you set up here at first. Somber health pack down here is gonna be hacked. Obviously, first push is gonna be our strong push. We're gonna use all the ults that we have on this first push to try and steamroll.
I've got you in my sights.
So once you hear the EMP go off, go ahead and pop ult if she has it. And maybe that's probably it. GG. Have another ult, and just gotta keep track of the doors. I'll keep the respawns back, obviously. So. Okay. So if that doesn't work, next push, I do want you to come back up here too. Let's say we don't have any ults. I do like I like our team to kind of control this side of the map because we'll have this health pack right here. And it'll force them to maybe hop off the point. Like you'll see some teams will send like a Roadhog back here, Junkrat, Reaper back here. They'll get split basically. Half the team will stay on point, half the team will come try and deal with us over here. So, if they do. So basically, I just kind of want you just being annoying, being up here, getting the health pack if you get hurt. Just basically take control of the high ground. Spam from all these areas. Even come back here, that's fine too. Kind of run back, maybe get some kills. Just kind of be a little creative, a little unpredictable with it. Until we get that EMP, right? So we're gonna try to get EMP every push before we make a serious push, unless we get like a lot of picks. Like let's say there's a Roadhog came back here, or a Junkrat. Let's say we get 2 picks. We're obviously gonna push on that, but we're not gonna bank on that every time. We're just gonna try and bank on just farming damage or farming ult charge for Sombra, and then pushing like that. So our Diva and our Winston and basically the whole team's got to come through this window right here first. Basically clear this high ground back there. Basically push them back to point. So we'll have like 4 or 5 people up here pushing anyone up here back to point. So we'll have this area clear. So you shouldn't have to worry about that, or anyone right here. Basically before you get up here, everyone should be either on point or over here somewhere. Ideally, in a perfect, situation, but we'll see how it goes. So basically, just rinse and if it fails, if we die, just same thing. Try and take over this side of the map right here. Clear. It's not your job to clear this area, but it should be clear. Basically, control the side of the map and push when we get the picks, or push when we get the EMP.
I've got you in my sights.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for attack. I guess you could go through here. That's probably fine too if you just sprint over here. But I do feel like it's a little bit risky because sometimes there's like a Roadhog that might be right here, like waiting to hook people, or a Junkrat spamming right here. I do think it's a little bit safer if you take the floating pads. But if you feel like you want to try this way, that's probably fine too. But just make sure it's safe. Just get to your spot. Just okay, so that's pretty much it for attack. So defense. I'm gonna have you on the Junkrat.
It's a perfect day for mayhem. Stop me if you've heard this one before.
So our defensive holding point is gonna be up here. Like I said in the attack portion, I feel like this is the best spot to hold on this map. It doesn't have, you know, the big health pack, but I do feel like it has a way better view of the point. Obviously, if you're on that side, you can't see the choke, like you can't hear. So I'm gonna have our Winston kind of down here. Maybe our Diva too, or Diva might be up here. Basically have our mobile tanks kind of in spots where they can escape back up here easily. But everyone else is up here. You, Soldier, Mercy, Zen, all up here. So basically, yeah, whenever the round starts, I'm fine with you spamming damage over here at the choke. Be sure to make callouts for our Winston. I'm going to have Soldier doing a majority of the callouts, but you can help out too. So our Winston will be right here. Basically, he's just waiting to jump anybody that's coming through right here or right here. So just make the good calls for him. Like Winston, you know, someone's coming truck or someone's coming through choke, or they're all coming through choke, and then bam, he'll, you know, wait for them. So he'll be ready right here. And just maybe get a pick or two right here with the junk spam and the Soldier spam and the Zen spam. And then he can always jump back, you know, if he gets in trouble, right? So I guess first scenario, if the enemy goes this way, we're gonna have our, you know, Winston attack him at this door right here, and jump back whenever it gets too crazy. Ideally, we want them to come through here, come through this, you know, through this house right here. Because if they do, so Winston's gonna jump back up here, Diva's gonna be right here, so you three are gonna be right here, Soldier, Zen, Mercy, gonna be kind of in this little area right here. Keep an eye on this bottom door, and keep an eye on the point as well. For anyone that tries to touch point, maybe like a Tracer or someone. But you, Winston, and Diva are in charge of, you know, people coming this way, or people coming through up here. So, if they all end up going through this area here, this comms tower, this crane. Just go ahead and do Junkrat things, you know. Spam damage. It's probably a good spot, right about there. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Alright, so right here, that's a good spot. To keep it going like up and down. Alright, but keep it. So if they're all in here, I'm okay if you want to try and be a little bit risky with maybe you or Winston or you and Diva. Try and come behind him and spam from back here. It's up to you. You know, you do have some room for creativity on here, but try and save a mine so you can always get back up here. Try not to waste 2 mines at one time. Okay, so that's that. So as they come through here, if they come through this side, they really shouldn't be able to get too far on us. And, you know, if they end up going down this way, we can obviously try and dive them from here. We'll have our Soldier keep an eye over there, but our tanks and everyone else can come down here and finish off everybody if there's anybody left at that point. So. Also, there's a little spot up here that you can chill on. Okay, so that's it. They go that way. They might only try it once, if at all. But if they end up going this way, so I think the next best scenario for them would be to come right around here through here and touch point while we're all up here. If that's the case, you know, go ahead and spam your damage from up here. I do think spamming off this thing is not a bad idea too. You kind of get that ricochet. Maybe not. I mean, it seems okay, but I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. You can go for those ricochet shots if you want. If not, you know, just spam normal. Even off that wall too is probably fine also. And yeah, and if it gets too crazy down here, so I'm gonna have our tanks contest if everyone's on point, but I'm okay if you want to jump down too. I might go for healing if you need it. Like I said, we'll have our supports over here. Zen Orb's probably going to be on the tanks most of the time, so just jump back here if you need like mercy heals. I'd maybe try to play behind this little block area here. Just because you don't have as much sustain as a tank would. So you can get killed a little bit easier than say a Winston with his bubble or D.Va with her matrix. So okay, so that's that. The only other option for them is to come all the way around, come through the high ground, through this room here, either up here or down through there. Same thing applies. Just spam where they're at. Don't drop down until they drop down. But yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do, at this range if they're over there. So just spam. You can still spam, but you might not get that many kills. And like I said, just wait till they drop down, and we'll drop down also. So that's that for defense on that. Over here, I'm gonna have our soldier up there again. That's not good. All right, so I'm gonna have you right about here, putting pressure on the choke, and putting pressure up here too. We'll have our Zen Mercy up here also, kind of peeking between here and kind of here. Just trying to stay out of the sidelines of the enemies and also heal at the same time. Zen might be able to be a little bit risky right here with his discords. He can kind of peek between here and here. And go in here. So yeah, just spam. When they get to right about here, if they're pushing middle, and they get to about right there, you can take a step back and end up coming right here. Just make sure you keep an eye. I'm gonna have our Mercy, probably the one keeping an eye on this backside here for Genjis, Tracers, Pharahs coming this way. But you can check over here every now and then too. So, try to stay high ground as long as you can. If they touch point, you do have the option. I do want you to go down if it's safe enough for you to go down. Get the kills that you need to get. Yeah, same thing. If they end up going around through this backside, so that's middle, right? It's pretty simple. They can only come these two ways. Back up if you need to. If they end up coming through this side right here, I'm gonna have our soldier retreat from up here and run all the way down to here, get the stairs. Set up right here where you're at, You guys can both spam if they end up coming through that backside there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just stay on the high ground on this side. Soldier's gonna be on that side. You'll be on this side. Just stay on the high ground until you need to come down, and I think you'll be good. Listen for Soldier's callouts. So Soldier's gonna be over here. He's gonna be checking the entire map. So he'll say, okay, someone's coming through left, left window here, or someone's coming through the floating pads. Soldier's gonna be making most of the callouts, right? He can see everything from this side. He can see people going through this side a lot easier. Just listen for his. Be ready to, potentially have to fight people back here, down here, or over here.
Stop me! You've heard this one before.
Yeah, just be aware. Try and be aware of everything, and just listen for callouts. Okay, I think that's it. Riptire. You know how to use Riptire. Use your ult when we need it. And that's pretty much it. Let me know if you got any questions. Adios, T.